neighbors in Mazo are just getting their lives back to normal a year out from the storm that flooded their village. Even people who have been down this road before watched their road get covered in water and their lives change in a matter of hours.
Every few years that happens, that we can handle. But the big rain we had, that was something else, Everybody was affected by that all around here.
When Jim Olson moved into his home on Hudson,
It wasn't just us.
the average home value was about $21,000.
A lot of things have happened here over that long time.
54 years later, he's still thinking about that one day.
It was just getting better until last year, and everything went wrong then.
Jim and his wife Rose left out their front door on a boat without prescriptions and medical devices they rely on. By the time they got back, everything in the basement was ruined. Jim's creekside shed was swept away. That's where he kept his antiques.
I had toys in there from when I was a child,
It took weeks before they were even allowed to rebuild, putting in new cabinets and flooring. Some things like pictures and that shed couldn't be replaced.
Take it for what it is.
The story is a familiar one around Mazo. A year later, about a dozen homes sit vacant, marked by months of mold and seemingly beyond repair. Others have already been demolished. Some have poured tens of thousands of dollars into raising and fixing their houses and are just able to move back in.
Not everyone has had the opportunity to bounce back, and so I think it's important that they don't slip through the cracks and that they're not forgotten.
The Olsons are now among the 7 homeowners in Mazo who may fall under a FEMA buyout program, which means they could have the option to sell their property and move to higher ground. Those people are still waiting on the federal agency for updates.
It's still here, I guess.
And Jim plans to stay here with high hopes that high water doesn't force him out again.
I'm just going to stay here and go on like I did before.
If any of those homeowners do accept the FEMA buyout, the village would buy the properties and then take the structures down. It may be months, though, before that's all finalized.